Morning everyone, how's it going? See the sunrise coming up behind me here. My name's Captain Nathaniel Lemmon, and I'm here to give you another fishing report for what's kind of been going on this fall. Talk to you a little bit about what we've been catching, show you some pictures of what we've been catching, and yeah, kind of give you an update via video format in addition to just reading my report. So let's jump right into it because sun's coming up and I'm going to be fishing soon with some clients I'm going to pick up. So I'm here in Mosquito Lagoon right now, and that's really where we've been kind of spending the last month to 6 weeks. You've heard me talk about it before, you've probably read it on my report. The grass has come back. A lot of redfish, a lot of trout on the flats again. We're back to fishing tailing redfish again. It's been great. It's been a great fall. I'm gonna throw a couple pictures up here of some of the fish we've been catching. Some guys that have doubled up with me, and another trip that we had a nice double. And hey, honestly, I mean, the last couple weeks, we've averaged 10 to 15 redfish every day in addition to some nice trout. So it's that time of the year, the mullet's kind of moving through the lagoon. Everything's kind of eating as it gets cold. Like this morning, it's like 64 out here this morning. I'm actually kind of wishing I brought a hoodie with me because it's cooling down. The water temperatures have cooled off, and that also usually brings up the big trout onto the flats. They're starting to kind of come up into the shallow water, laying in the potholes, following all the mullet up in there. Those will be kind of our mainstays for the next couple weeks. I'm gonna put a couple pictures up of some big trout here that we caught. This lady here, she caught her biggest trout with me, a nice one. It was about 28 inches. We had another trip here with this picture where we caught plenty of trout, 20 to 25 inches all morning, and some redfish. So that's going to be kind of our typical days for the next probably month or so. Mixing in some black drum here and there, but it's pretty much redfish and trout right now on the flats. And we're throwing lures, topwater plugs, soft plastics, live bait, live mullet, some cut bait some days when it's windier. But a little bit of everything right now. The fish aren't terribly picky. They're kind of interested in eating whatever they can find. So in addition to what we've been doing with redfish and trout down here in the lagoon, we spent a lot of time up in New Smyrna towards the inlet in the last month, kind of fishing at night for big snook. I'm going to throw a few pictures up here, some people that caught their biggest snook with me. We had a really good bite at night, a dozen plus fish this size every night. A lot of them break off. It's definitely a tackle busters, but they're definitely big snook that were around. Now that we've kind of gotten closer to into the colder weather, those snook are still there, but they're going to be kind of moving into the backwaters. And as it gets colder, those things are going to school up by the hundreds for us. So we're getting into that time of the year where we're going to be catching, 15, 20, 30 snook a day as it gets colder, and we find these big schools of them. Getting a little late in the year for tarpon, but did have one here with this guy that he really wanted to catch a tarpon after he caught a big snook one morning. I was like, well, let's go try it. And man, he hooked 2 of them and talked about tickled to death. So here's a picture of the one that he got. But we're getting a little late in the year for tarpon. It's getting colder and they start to move out and head south when it gets colder. We just have some resident fish that kind of live here year round, but they kind of get lethargic and don't really bite when it's cold. So I don't really spend a lot of time with them. So that's kind of it, with some more pictures here for you of some other clients that have been out with me lately. Like I said, it's a really strong time of the year to come out and catch fish. As the water cools off and these fish are kind of getting into their winter pattern and moving to the winter spots, it's usually a really strong bite. This can be some of the time of the year. It is a little bit of a roller coaster some days. Some days it's only 5 or 10, other days it's 25, 30 plus. So if you like this video, click like, subscribe to my channel. If you want to get out and fish with me and take in one of these sunrises and bend a rod and catch some fish, give me a call, 386-212-4931. Shoot me a text message, visit my website, send me an email, and let's get out here and do it. All right, have a good one. Tight lines. Bye bye.